All right, all right. It wasn't Shedeur's best day. However, he does lead a game-winning drive. Let's see where his head's at post game for the Browns.
How's everybody doing?
Now you
Well,
just describe that, your feelings, the emotions, everything that goes through you as you're kind of leading that drive down for that kick.
I'll say it's a lot. I'll say all week, I would say I've been like dealing with a lot spiritually, like different battles, that I had to overcome, I just had to overcome. So that's why my body language, everything was off. Like that's what it was. Then we got in at halftime. We got in the locker room and like close teammates, close friends was like, nah, bro, get back to being you. So it was that words of encouragement. It was that shoulder to lean on that you need in them crucial moments. So then, as you see, right back after halftime, then we started getting our rhythm. We started being nuts. So I think today overall mentally we won different battles. I think we won mentally. I think going back to the final minute drives that we had a couple weeks ago, and it wasn't successful. We was able to get that opportunity and be able to drive down the field and do what we did. Andre being able to get back in that position how he was, I knew the whole time he was going to be able to make it. So I think it was a bunch of different battles, overall that we won today, and it started up here, started mentally.
I'm really happy that Shedeur spoke about this because when I was watching the game, I really felt like it. Whether you think Shedeur is great or not or X Y Z, it didn't look like the same Shedeur. Like it really felt like last week, even though the stats were ugly, there were really good moments, and you could see the point when he threw the interception where it changed. Oh, okay, he was letting that affect him. And here, it felt it just didn't look like him. It felt like he regressed back to some of the bad preseason, and I think he's acknowledging, hey man, I had poor body language, I had poor this, I just wasn't being me, right? And then on top of that, him being able to acknowledge that and then, big up his teammates for saying, hey, they're the reason why I was even able to come out and do what I needed to do. I think that's not just inspiring, but it's really eye-opening to understand the emotions and different things that he was dealing with. That's kind of heavy.
Sure.
I know you knew how much Miles Garrett wanted to get that record in a victory.
Mm-hmm.
In addition to just wanting to win it for the whole entire team, did you also, how important was it for you to, on his big day and his big moment, go down there and do everything you could to get him that victory?
Yeah, I think all of our goals and everything is aligned, so I don't think it's a much more want to than that. I think the want to is to prove that I'm able to drive down the field and that a bad half, doesn't define a character like kind of how it was the other week. We had the same opportunity, so I think each week by week it was building different things and accomplishing different things and being able to prove to myself, but not just myself, but this team and everybody that in certain situations I learn from, I grow from, and I was just excited to be put in that situation again. That I kind of put myself in that situation.
What did you see on those couple of on the last drive? What did you see on those couple of big throws? Whatever outer comeback to Isaiah and then.
Yeah, I think it was just clicking. I think it was just clicking. I think we got back. I think we got back a lot to what we been doing, honestly, and I think being able to go through the keys and reads, like those are the stuff that I know like the back of my hand. So that's where reps and that's where all that different type of stuff come into play to where you're able to execute each and every play, no matter what defense they're able to put out there. So I think we got back to being who we are, and not really going at them like a certain way, which that was good, but sometimes it just didn't fit my eye, and I wasn't able to get through my reads quick enough or play like really fast and on time.
And again, I only want to bring this up just because I have to remember the things that people say about Shedeur. People don't just say, "Oh, I don't like Shedeur as a football player. That's not what they say. They say that he lacks accountability. He's arrogant. He's this. He's that. He's everything but a child of God. You know what I mean? So to see him constantly in these media situations, take accountability. Say, hey, it wasn't getting through my reads quick enough. Hey, I wasn't doing this. I wasn't clicking. Hey, that was on me. But as a team, we came together and got it done. I mean, it makes sense in my eyes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm able to recognize it, but it's all in the mental. You know, I think the devil, of course, is going to attack you different ways, people around you and everything. And honestly, like this whole year, has been a long year. It been ups, downs. It been, you know, different feelings. So, like you gotta be able to, at some point in time, you know, talk to people. You know, sometimes you gotta lean on people also. So that's what them. My guys in there was able to really like come to life. That's whenever they talk to me, nah, bro, do you? This ain't you right now. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the type of stuff like that gets you going. That's the type of positivity and stuff that you need around. That you need people to let you know who you are. You feel me? So continue being that guy. So I think a lot of it was that. Today and this whole week, and I didn't feel like I wasn't surprised if I didn't come out off rip playing a clean game. But the main battle and the main thing that the challenge was for me today is what's gonna happen whenever you face adversity. Whenever you're not seeing there, whenever you're not seeing it is good. Whenever you're a little bit slow on things, like what are you gonna do? And I think that was the lesson today, was to be able to overcome it. And I feel like that last drive and all that is definitely happened.
And I want to talk about that because, you know, I think he made a great point when he was talking about, hey, I went through a lot of stuff. Like, it's been a long year. And as somebody who's been documenting a lot of the year, let me take you on a very mini crash course through it, right? Around this time, he was a projected top pick. And I think that the next week, like if last year's next week, like January, like, you know, 7th to the 8th, is when the first ever leaks came out about Shedeur Sanders, you know, having bad interviews, or he's not viewed XYZ, he's all these other stuff. The first leaks came out about a week's time from today last year, right? So that's what he started the year off with, right? Obviously, more leaks happened the week of the draft and all that situation. Then we find out again, because we didn't find out this until the summertime. Then we find out that Deion Sanders was battling cancer. And not just battling cancer, because when he announced it and he was talking about it at XYZ, do you know how people were talking about Deion Sanders? They made up all these ploys about, oh, Deion just wants to leave Colorado. Oh, he got his kids now he's going to use this as an excuse to leave Colorado. I remember how nasty y'all said. I remember that. I remember how disgusting y'all said, and the nasty things y'all said about Deion Sanders whenever we found out that he actually had cancer and was battling it. So not only did he have a father that we didn't know was battling cancer, he was dealing with what's it called, the leaks and all these other things coming out. Obviously, the draft goes the way it goes. Not only does the draft go the way it goes, right? You start the year buried on the depth chart, and for the entire season you have to hear people say nasty things about you. You have to hear people like Anthony Lima say, well, why don't the team come out and support him? Why doesn't the team? You have to hear Mary Kay Cabot spin all the nasty she be spinning. You have to deal with the Browns media circus, because everybody called Shedeur circus. No, the Browns media turn this into a circus, because and then you think about it. Guess what happened the first time he gets thrown into the game against a Baltimore defense where he had a bad day? His house got robbed in the middle of the season, y'all. The last few games haven't been statistically great for Shedeur. This game wasn't statistically great for Shedeur. Dog, that's a real year right there. That's not a fun year. Now, I know some people are dealing with some more serious things. So I don't want to ever, not jeopardize, but put into bad perspective of that. There's people really struggling out here. Like there's real life happening outside of being an NFL player, right? But there is a lot going on. There's a lot of family stuff going on. There's a lot of situations going on. There's a lot of personal stuff, and I don't even and that's all I know publicly. I don't know if there's any other battles that Shedeur is talking about. So for him to, and he's never talked about that. He's never talked about outwardly dealing with demons from what I've known, right? Not to say that he's never done with it, but I say that to say I'm assuming that it was major enough that he would talk about it, and then so major that his teammates could see it. And thank you, Browns teammates. I shout out, and on my main channel, I love doing videos about the other Browns players, because first off, that Browns rookie class is crazy. You got Myles Garrett, you have legendary players. When Joe Flacco was there, I think he was a great light and a beacon of veteran leadership. Like, a lot of respectable players have put on that Browns uniform. So for him to highlight the fact that, hey, my teammate can see it, my teammates can see it, and they uplifted me. They put me in the spot to even be able to finish the game, right? So it might look ugly right now, but it's probably because he's feeling ugly on the inside too, man.
I know it's only 45 minutes after the game, but
Yeah.
what have you learned about yourself this season, and how important was it for you to finish the game on this type of note?
Well, I learned what I like. I learned what I don't like. I learned what I'm seeing. I know what I see well. I know what I don't see well. And I learned a lot mentally, and I learned a lot emotionally, physically, everything. I think mentally it was how to deal with when things are going your way, when things aren't going your way, when how to deal with feelings. So that's what I feel like this year was about. I think it was one of those years that how you gonna deal with the feelings. You could be not playing and feel some type of way, and you could be playing and feel the same way as if you didn't, as how you were when you weren't playing. So it's kind of like you got to create your own reality and everything, and you got to have the nucleus of people around to be able, and it's not just your family, like it got to be outside. So I think that's what this rookie class and that's what everything is like being able to lean on each other whenever things down, being able for them to come to me and say, nah, that ain't you, bro. Like, you tripping right now. Like, you got to get back to doing you. Like, that's what I need. You know, I need positivity. I need those type of stuff speaking into you, speaking life into you. Then you go out there and you get back to playing normal. You get back to seeing the game how you see. So a lot of that stuff is like mental stuff. You know, it's not physical. The physical, it's been the same. You know, like, of course you're going to be able to improve this off season or footwork, seeing stuff quicker and everything like that. But I think the biggest lesson of this year was mentally, and I feel like I achieved that and I won that.
We got time for two more.
Can you put yourself in the shoes of Burrow and all these other guys? What's it like when you got Myles Garrett coming after you? What's the quarterback feel?
Well, I don't know. I know in practice when we go situations, I'm aware of them overly. So I can't put myself in anybody else's shoes that I can't relate to or feel, you know.
Sure. Oh, go ahead.
You go Scott and then
Obviously, there's a lot of speculation about Kevin's future. How nice is it to finish the season with the win for him?
I think just Coach Kev, he been real tough. He been tough, you know, and it's good. I think I grew and I learned a lot from him. I think this week we had a conversation just about things, you know what I'm saying, just about things in general, and I feel like, you know, we grew to understand each other. You know, we share different things, you know, that we both will go through, you know. So I think I know he wanted this win, and I know he wants every win, but I know this one means a lot. And I don't know. I wish we all, like, as a team, and I wish everybody could have got more personal, you know, within this last year. Quinshon even came over my house a couple of days ago, you know, and like I said, in that dark time, he came over my house. He came over my house and just talking like, bro, like speaking life into me, and that's what I needed. And I'm truly thankful for him, and his presence definitely is missed.
And we're gonna end it here. You know, y'all can go watch the full situation, but I want to stress the fact that, like, it really does seem like Shedeur is dealing with something pretty major, right? Like, I think he's letting us into his world here, where like, hey man, I needed Quinshawn, I needed a shoulder to cry on, I needed Kevin Stefanski to share some things right there, and I think the beautiful thing is him speaking the fact that hey, he's been tough and he's helped me and I've learned so much from him, and on top of that we're growing more personal. Like Shedeur is definitely a spiritual and feelings guy, right? You know, he talks about a lot in the post game conferences about like whenever they ask him questions, it's not always X's and O's, even though it is. Or you know, go to back to the Bills post game, he talked about it, but sometimes it's just about like him saying like the feeling's not right. You know what I'm saying? Like he wants to be on that right connection. He wants to be on that field. He wants to have a trust. He talks about a lot having too. So, you know, when some of those are your things that you rely on, when those things kind of feel taken away from you, I can understand how it doesn't always feel the greatest, doesn't always put you in the greatest light. But at the end of the day, a win's a win. You know, you had your game winning drive. You know, you can't be that mad at him. But we'll see. It's gonna be a long off season for the Browns. So y'all let me know how y'all feel down below in the comments. We'll see you next time. Peace.